All right, this is Miss J. I decided that I didn't like the engineering notebook, how we were doing it so far on in a real notebook and at home and all that. We don't need to do that on my in my class. It was a different way to do it, and I got it from Miss Flood, and I tried it, and it wasn't working as well. And so I want to do it online. If you want to continue to do it on paper and do whatever you were doing before, and if you want to do it that way, that's cool. But I really think this will be a better way. So we're going to set it up together. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go and you're going to go get a Google slide. So everybody knows how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, I will go over that real quick. Um, so you would go get Google Chrome. You would go over here when you opened it up and you would find Google Slides. Open up Google Slides. Click on the blank one. And then it starts, and you would put in here, you're going to do it just like I have here, my engineering notebook by, and then you're going to put your name instead of my name in there. Okay, then up here at the top, you're going to leave it at my engineering notebook. Okay, and then I'm going to underscore, and I'm going to put my two initials. So LJ, that stands for my first name is Leslie, my last name is Jonovich, LJ, just like that. All right, there's a couple ways I can do a new slide. All right, so I have to make sure I'm clicked on that one, and I can go here and I can make a new slide there, but I really don't want to because that's going to make a master slides and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off of there and I'm just going to go Control M, and that makes a new slide. So now we're going to do in here, we're going to do a thing called table of contents. Table of contents. Okay. And you're going to duplicate this slide 6 times. Okay. So we're going to duplicate it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. All right, there's our table of contents. Okay, so now you're going to even make one more. Okay, so we're going to do Control M for new slide. All right, we're going to go over here, and the next slide I'm going to do, let's see if you can think about what it might be. It might be my sample. Okay, so we're going to put up here sample for notebook. Okay, that's what you're going to put on that slide. So I'll give you a couple minutes to get where I am. So I'm going to stop, and you can pause the video and do what you need to do. Okay, if you need to stop the video at any time, you may. So this is my sample notebook. All right, so what's my first question? All right, my first question is going to be put in here. And what is the challenge? There's my first question. All right, so this is where I would ask the questions. Okay, so what my first challenge was just to get this set up, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this slide. So how do I duplicate the slide? I right click. Oh, it's not letting me do that. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to right click over here. Then I can duplicate the slide. Okay, so it's duplicated. It gives me, that means it gives me the exact same one as I had. Okay, this is still sample notebook, but we're going to take off this where it says sample notebook, and we're going to use this as our research the idea or challenge. And so this is number 2, which I think I'm going to go back and have you do differently with this one. All right, we're going to say sample notebook, but we're going to do something different here. We're going to put in here, we're going to put number 1, what is the challenge? And we're going to get rid of this. I like this better. And so in this area, you are to type out the challenge given by Mrs. J or from the Google Classroom assignment. All right. So that's what you would do on that slide. Let's go to slide 2. And instead of saying what is the challenge here, we're going to put in here, this is online research. Maybe Google Classroom ideas that are given to us, or this could be websites. All right, so that's what you would do with that one. All right, so now we're going to duplicate that slide. So we're going to go down to the slide that's highlighted. We're going to right click and duplicate the slide. All right, now I'm going to get rid of this at the top here. And so what's my third section? You should know by now. My third section is going to be brainstorming ideas to meet the challenge. All right, so what am I going to put down in here? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put in here write, draw. And then you can use Google Draw, Google Drawing. Google Drawings can go in there. Pictures, uh, internet or computer or taken pictures. In other words, you from or phone pics. Okay. And that is where you would put that information that you've brainstormed on. So maybe you've written something down. Maybe you found when we were doing the email one, maybe you found a picture of what I was asking and you could just put it in there. Or you went to Google Drawing and you said, I'm going to draw this. Or you drew it in your notebook and you just took a picture and that's where you would put that picture. All right, so we got that part. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go down here to our highlighted one again. We're going to right click it and we're going to duplicate the slide one more time. All right, this is going to be number 4. Come on, there we go. Number 4. All right, and so this is build, test, analyze, redesign, and retest challenge. All right, so I might have to make this a little smaller as far as the font goes. So let's do that. Let's highlight it and let's look over here and it says 20. Oops, we don't want to go forward. We want to go backward. Okay, so up, there I go. I can go to 27 and that looks really good. And so now I'm going to double click on this and get rid of this stuff. I'm using my backspace, or I could highlight it and get rid of it that way. And so this is this is number 4. So this is where you're going to put in your post-it notes. Okay, and so a post-it note could also be a sticky note. And so I'm sure everybody knows how to do a sticky note. If you don't know how to do a sticky note, email me and I'll help you. This is where you would add the notes in here and you would add, let's say, sticky notes might look like, how did the build go? How did the test go? The test of the object we are building or watching um, being put together. I mean, this one's got lots of wide open stuff. Okay, so that's our next one. And so now I'm going to go down here to the one that is highlighted and I'm going to right click it again and I'm going to duplicate that slide. And so I've done it, duplicated it. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And this is going to be number 5. And number 5 is going to be summary, self-reflection, There you go. I can now spell. And down here, oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but you saw that was pretty cool. All right, let's go up to the top. And we're going to have a question is going to be what worked and what worked or what did I learn today? And then B is what would you do differently? And C is if you had more time, what would you do? Would you do? All right. So now those questions, if A, B, and C needs to be on another slide, you can just add another slide. And let's say that you went over. All you would do is duplicate this slide, and you would put under here, after you duplicated the slide, you would put down here, continued, or you can put this in there, continued. Up to you. That means this is the next slide afterwards. All right. So I hope that you think this is a better idea and easier to work with. And let me know what you think. Now I'm going to show you a way to also to copy all of these and make a new one. So what you would do with this first slide here, not the table of contents because we'll work on that later, but you would go back to slide number 8. And what you would do here is the challenge, you would also put the name of the challenge here. So let's say that the challenge was email. Okay, so you would call it email. Put that there. Or what you could also do too is you could go up to slide 7 and you could right click it and you can make a new slide. And in this new slide, you could call the challenge up here email. You could just say email, and then this would be by Mrs. J, and you could put the date, which would be 9, 10, no, 9, 12. Oh my goodness, 9, 12, 20. And then I would know, and you would know that that was it. Okay, so how do I use my table of contents? Okay, so there's a way to use table of contents in here. In the table of contents, you would do, okay, so first challenge, you would go like this and you would go email. That would be our first challenge. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to highlight it, right click it, and then where it says link, you're going to click on link. You can also use Control K. Click on link. And then you're going to search the slides in the presentation, and you're going to find that email slide that we made. There's email slide. It's number 8. So you click on that email slide. You click apply. And now when you go to touch this, you click on that. It takes you straight to the email slide. So that's where you would find everything you did in your notebook about email. So does that make sense? Please let me know if that makes sense. I can show you now how to do all of these slides to make another set of them. So you don't have to do it every single time. So what you would do is you would go to number 8, slide, and then you would hold down your shift key and then click on the last slide of the 5 that you were needing. You're going to right click it and you're going to click duplicate slides. All right, we click duplicate slides. Oh my goodness, look what it did. It went from 13 down here. Okay, so now 14 is highlighted. So if 14 is highlighted, I'm going to go into 14 because that's my next set of slides. All right, so now we've done the email. The next challenge that we are going to do is, hold on a second, I'm going to pause the video and give you your next challenge. Okay. Sorry about that. So I decided that I'm going to do a separate video for each class with this one. So this video will stop right here, and then you will see the second video will say, um, it's my engineering notebook for, and then your particular class. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this video right here, and I will make a separate video starting with this particular slide for the next one for each of the separate classes. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.